Hall County Sports is also brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Come check out the latest deals. When you go Green Ford. And also brought to you by McEver Road United Methodist Church. With 3 services every Sunday morning, Kids Town, adult education small groups, and community outreach. McEver Road UMC is dedicated to transforming the world through the gospel of Jesus Christ. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports. I'm your host, Gary Glenn. Well, the NBA is getting into the playoffs hot and heavy now, and our first segment here, we're going to talk some hoops, but not the NBA. Remember, a few weeks ago, we had Buddy Curry, the ex-Falcons linebacker, on to talk about a football camp coming up. This week, we welcome to the show Adrian Penland, West Hall alumnus and professional basketball player, and Adrian and Chesley Watson out of East Hall. They're going to have a couple of basketball camps, actually 4 different camps coming up this summer. So, Adrian, welcome to the show.
Hey, nice for me to be on the show, man.
All right, let's talk a little bit about it. First of all, let's catch up with you. All right, out of high school, played West Hall. Who was your coach at West Hall when you were there?
Well, my first 2 years was Coach Mike Adcock. Then my last 2 years was Steve Pettit.
Okay.
And I learned. Both of them was great coaches. Both of them was just great people, man.
And then you went to Lander University up in South Carolina.
Well, actually, I went to a junior college.
Junior college first.
In Missouri called Wentworth. It was a military school, and it was tough there, but I made it through. Then played there 2 years, and I went to Lander University in South Carolina.
Okay, so there was a stop between Lander and West Hall. Okay, military school. Now that must have been a kind of a wake-up call in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it was a wake-up, but I was not in the military.
Yeah.
Like, we just got to play basketball. We didn't have to do the military thing, but a lot of kids that was doing the military doing push-ups in the snow, push-ups in the rain. So yeah, it was tough.
Good to be a basketball player then. All right, out from Lander now. You didn't catch on here in the States, but you've been playing a lot in Europe professionally.
Yeah.
How is that? I mean, that's something that a lot of people are curious about, but we don't hear much about that.
Oh, it's difficult because, the culture, like, it's real different, but, it's great. It's a great opportunity for guys to go somewhere and make money and pursue their dream. They can't make it in the NBA, and that's what I've done. Just now it's going on my 6-7 year playing over there, and I'm having a good time. This season I played in the Middle East in Qatar, and my team, we won a championship, so it was real great for me this season.
Where all have you played, Adrian? I'm sure that's been an interesting odyssey.
I played in Poland, Latvia, Cyprus, Greece, Qatar. I was in South America in Venezuela. I was in Slovenia.
Wow.
Israel.
Man.
Yeah.
How has that been? How do you find that you're treated, the other Americans are treated in Europe and the Middle East and South America?
We treated, certain spots you're going to be treated different. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's not easy. I tell anybody that if they want to play in Europe or in the Middle East or South America, it's different. Because if you don't play good, they will send you home. So it's tough.
So far, so good for you, though.
Yeah, so far, so good. But, I came into some situations that's not, but, you just move on from those situations. Just, keep playing basketball.
Well, that's kind of what you're about. Yeah. All right. Now, we'll bring you now while you're on the show. The North Georgia Elite, which, by the way, you can find at www.northgeorgia, and that's northgaelite.com if you want more information about some of the stuff we're going to talk about. But camps that are going to be in June and July that you're going to be doing with another guy that's been playing in Europe a lot, Chesley Watson, out of East Hall. Now, you played against Chesley, didn't you?
1 year.
1 year. 1 year you overlapped. So how's it working with somebody that you played against? Or have you seen him in any of these European leagues at all?
No, I never seen him over there. But actually, just playing with him, it was a blessing. He's a great basketball player, and he was tough. He was tough around here. And now we just teamed up, and now we just want to start a company. So that's what we're working on right now.
All right, let's talk about it now. There will be different locations for the camp.
Yep.
There will be 2 weeks at the East Hall Community Center in June 14 through 19. That's grades K through 3. And then June 28th through July 2nd, grades 4 through 8, and different times. And then the second 2 weeks will be at the Mulberry Creek Community Center. That's the new one over there around Flowery Branch, folks, just down from Martin Elementary. And July 12th through 16th, grades 4 through 8. And July 26th through the 30th, grades 9 through 12. And it's boys and girls camps.
Yeah, but if you look at it, we separate it. Like if you look you know, the first 3 hours we're gonna have boys come in, then the last 3 hours we're gonna have girls. So we separated because this is called elite. So we're gonna have girls training with girls and boys training with boys, and I mean, we're gonna put them through some drills. It's gonna be real tough, and we're looking for not just elite players, but you know, if you're not elite, we're gonna try to make you elite by the end of the summer. So,
what got you into all of this?
Just seeing other guys doing things like this, and I wanted to give back because this was my heart and my passion. Just I love being around kids, training them, and just showing them how to be successful in basketball.
Giving something back to the community, in other words.
Yep.
Have you had a mentor that did something like this for you that you think back on and say, well, they did this for me, so now I need to give it to somebody else? Well, you mentioned your high school coaches, Coach Adcock and Coach Petty.
Them, you know, coaches that always helped me throughout the years, and I guess once you get older, man, you just want to give back, and that's just how I am. I just want to give back.
So you got shooting, passing, ball handling, proper stance, footwork, rebounding, man-to-man defense. You're going to cover the whole thing.
Yep, cover the whole thing.
What's a typical day going to be like? I mean, you're going to start them off with drills and then start playing?
I think we're going to get in there and we're going to have them doing drills, like running drills, not just try to kill them, but you got to be in shape to play basketball. Everybody know that. You got to be in shape to play sports, period. So what we're going to do, first of all, you know, get them in there, do a couple of running drills, get their blood, get their heart beating, get their heart rate up, and we just go from there. We're going to put them through shooting drills, see how good they are with, you know, the ball and passing drills, stuff like that.
If they want to register for this, I see you got a deadline of June 1. Yep. So what do they need to do?
If they want to register, you can go up to the Hall County, to any of the Hall County parks, the Marbury Creek Park. You can talk to Marcy and you can register early before June the 1st, because after June the 1st, you're going to have to pay an extra $10.
Okay. So what's the cost?
It's $135.
$135.
$135. And $145 at the door.
Oh, okay. So it is you're better off registering early then. Okay. Well, good luck with this. Now, when you get done with this, you got any aspirations for coaching, or are you going to get into another aspect of the business?
Nah, I want to be a basketball agent.
An agent?
Yep.
All right. Well, you've seen how that works too, huh?
Yeah. Yep. I would like to do something with the NBA, but you know, it's all about, you know, networking, getting with the right people. So
sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
It's who you know. Yep.
Absolutely. Listen, Adrian, thanks for coming by. Good luck with this camp. All right, we'll be in touch with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I've got a basketball coach coming on in this next segment, but he's not coaching basketball this spring, but he did win a region championship. That story when we continue.
Hi folks, Butch Miller from Milton Martin Honda in Gainesville.
If you've been wanting a new car, you've waited long enough. We've got a tremendous selection of every new Honda in the entire lineup, cleaned, prepped, and ready for delivery. And the prices, they've never been lower. American Honda has given us great incentives. Plus, we've instructed our used car managers to go strong, strong, strong on every appraisal.
And remember folks, if you think you can get a better deal on a better car at Milton Martin Honda in Gainesville, you got that right.
Don't throw out your old shoes. Save your money and visit the Red Shoe House in Gainesville. Family owned and operated for over 40 years. They can repair almost anything. Men's shoes, ladies' shoes, sandals, western boots, uniform boots, equestrian tack, gloves, sports equipment. The Red Shoe House also offers cleaning and orthopedic shoe modifications. Don't need a repair? Come by and see their new line of accessories. Red Shoe House, 822 Oak Street in Gainesville. Phone 770-532-3772.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
We are back. Hall County Sports is the show. Gary Glenn, the host. As I said in our last segment, we got a guy on that's a basketball coach during the winter, but in the springtime, he is the golf coach over at Johnson. Our old buddy Jeff Steele joins us now. And Jeff, you finally cracked through, won your first ever in the history of the school region golf tournament. Josh Foster shot a 2 under par 70. He was the individual runner-up. and you beat runner-up Lumpkin County by 7 shots. Indians' Aaron George, by the way, folks, was the medalist, 69. So Josh was just one off of that. Grant Cagle, 72. Michael Dunham, 76. And you got a sophomore, Luke James, shooting an 82. So it all came together for you, right?
Yeah, at the perfect time. That's our low round in the history of the school from any team. And I've had some teams with some pros. If you remember Josh Bunch, it's Josh Bunch, now he was Josh Weaver. He's a pro golfer, and we never made it to state with people like that. So there's a lot to be said for these kids. And, you know, we got a lot of seniors, and it was their last go-round, and they really stuck their nose to the grind and got it done. I mean, they just grinded it out and had a good attitude about it going into it, and there wasn't any funny business going around. They were business-like, and that's what you like to see out of your athletes when they're coming into an event like that.
Well, I remember earlier we had you on because you just won Hall County again. But it's been the bugaboo, Jeff. You've been able to win the county, but when it comes to the region to try to get to state, something always happens. But now you finally cracked through.
Yeah, we were wondering about if that was good to win the Hall County again. We were starting to think that might have been a jinx for us, but to get both of those in the same year is truly special, and these kids deserve a lot of credit. And I want to say this too, that Robbie Foster, he helps me with this team,
right,
and does really a lot of the golf work with the kids, and he's really helped add to the situation in a positive way.
Well, his son Josh really came through for you. In fact, before we turned the cameras on, you said best round you've ever seen him shooting at 70.
Well, Josh strikes the ball as good as anybody. Now, he has some trouble putting sometimes. When he's putting well, he can go low like he did in this tournament. And he got some putting tips from old Hoyt Pence and Grant's granddaddy, and he's been on a roll there. He's been rolling it great ever since. So I may send him back to him in a day or two before we go to state next week.
At one time you said he was 4 under?
He was 4 under through 14, yeah. He was really playing, and he played a 70s awesome. On that course, it's a tough course. It's long, and you know there's some problems out there, and he played great. I think he hit 15 greens in regulation. That's stout.
Yeah. Oh well yeah. That's pretty good. Now, but Grant Cagle, steady Grant, 72, even for you all year. I mean, you can depend on him to shoot a good score.
Oh yeah, and that's to me. In state, I expect him to go lower than that. I mean, he's capable of going in mid-60s. And if he'll do that, and Gary, I think we have the second lowest region score turned in behind Columbus. I think they turned in a 295, and we had a 299. I think we shaved 3 or 4 strokes off that 299. We have a chance. So.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but let's talk about the other members of the team that came through for you.
Yeah, all of them. They all came through. I mean, Luke, a little sophomore, first year playing golf. Shot that 82. I mean, we didn't count that score, but that's impressive.
That is impressive.
And he's the first man off for us. There's some stress there. There's some pressure there. And, you know, of course, Michael Dunham came up huge. That's his best round of the year as well at 76. So, and, you know, of course, Clinton and Kevin always play good golf for us as well.
All right, let's look ahead to state now, which will be starting Monday of next week,
Monday of next week.
Down in Columbus. All right, what's it look like? Well, you said you already mentioned Columbus.
Well, Columbus is probably the favorite. It's their home course. They turned in the lowest region score, but you know, we held the region tournament a couple of years ago at Royal Lakes at our course. Sometimes I think that adds pressure. I mean, we went to Lumpkin's home course in the region tournament and won it this year, so I'm not sure that has a whole lot to do with it. I just think you have to go down there and you have to concentrate on making pars. I think if you'll concentrate on making pars, the birdies will come for you. That's what I found that will happen. We're going down to play a practice round Friday and then heading back Sunday night for the banquet and playing the match on Monday.
Well, I'm going to tell you good luck. I saw where Grant Cagle, of course, did well for you, but his brother Jared, he's playing pretty well for Georgia State. They were 5th in their conference tournament out there, too.
Yeah, they're all, it's in that family. And I got Carter coming up, so I got 4 more years of good golf and basketball to look forward to.
All right. Well, good luck down at State.
Gary.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Jeff Steele, Johnson Golf Team. And again, good luck to the Knights, one of the top 16 teams in the state right now, coming out of a very strong golf region. By the way, let me elaborate a little bit more about Georgia State University finishing 5th in their conference tournament. North Hall alumnus Alan Fowler wound up in the tie for 4th individually, and I already mentioned Jared Cagle. He wound up in the tie for 19th. They had totals of 220, 228 respectively. For the girls, Gainesville finishing 2nd to Lambert in the Region 7 AAA tournament early last week. Means the Lady Elephants qualify for their upcoming state tournament. Also, going to be held on May the 4th in Columbus. Individually, Gainesville's Cameron Cole was second to Lambert Sloan Shanahan, 76-74. So she was 2 shots off of that. We're back to talk a little baseball when Hall County Sports continues.
Are you struggling to get where you really want to be in life? Then get on the fast track to success at Lanier Technical College with 5 campuses, day, evening, and online classes, and many tuition fees paid for by the Hope Grant. There's no better way to get where you really want to be. Now more than ever, high-paying employers are looking for highly trained individuals with hands-on technical training. So stop struggling and get moving. Lanier Technical College. Get ready. Go!
My name is Lloyd Smith.
I'm Renee Barnett.
My name's Alan Cudd.
My name's Don Cooper.
My name is Mike Stewart, and I attend McKever Road United Methodist Church, the church on the hill here in Oakwood, Georgia. We'd love for you to come join us.
This message has been brought to you by the people of the McKever Road United Methodist Church. Gary Cole, pastor.
Hey, I'm Crazy Larry G. I'll sell you anything that walks, crawls, slides, or glides. Just remember, if you buy it anywhere else, we both lose money. Just give me this opportunity. I'll save you money on furniture in the state of Georgia, Waxahachie, Texas, or anybody else that runs these so-called sale prices. I will beat the price. Come see me, G's Home Furnishings, high on the hill, but got the lowest prices in the valley.
We are back, and as I said, we take a visit to the Diamond for this particular segment. It took 9 innings for North Hall to beat Chestatee, 10-7 the final there last week. Nathan Hewell and Jacob Brewster pitched the Trojans' victory. Brewster also contributed at the plate with a double and 2 singles, while Holden Keller had 4 hits for North Hall. Trojans stayed alive for the postseason with a 12-6 win over Johnson. Brewster had 3 hits, 1 a 2-run home run, plus a 2-run single for 4 RBI. Also scored a couple more runs. Keller went 2 for 4 with a couple scored and 2 more driven in, while Jeff Abernathy went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a run scored. He had a part of North Hall's final 2 runs, knocking in Brewster in the 4th, hit an RBI ground out which scored Kyle Johnson the 6th. Then on senior night, Trojans had a good outing. They beat Pickens 6-3. They're still alive for the postseason, but this past Monday, a loss to Gilmer, a 9-8 heartbreaker, knocks the Trojans out of the playoff picture. Right now, at the time we're doing this show, they're 13-11 on the season. We bring to the show an old friend of ours, Trent Mongero, head baseball coach for the North Hall Trojans. And, boy, a roller coaster last week and the first part of this week, Trent, right?
Yeah, it kind of summarizes our whole season. It's been somewhat of a roller coaster ride. A lot of ups and a few downs along the way, but overall positive.
Well, tell me about that. Now, particularly you said you had a lot of action on senior night that was just incredible. You had some stuff that happened.
Pickens played a very good ball game against us, and we had a lot of opportunity to execute small ball plays on offense. I think we had a squeeze, couple bunt for hits, and hit and run, and some timely hits. And then on defense, Jeffrey Abernathy in particular made a couple ESPN Sports Center plays, phenomenal catches in center field.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you go to Gilmer and played pretty well with the exception of putting people on base.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 3 main phases. You got to hit, you got to field, and you got to pitch. And we did 2 of the 3 last night very well. We had 12 hits. We made no errors, so played errorless baseball on defense. But the pitching staff, although they were giving their best effort, we surrendered 8 walks and 6 hits. And that ended up catching us in the long run. Gilmer's been playing very good, though.
Well, and you've got to prepare to meet people at their best, and that's the way sports is.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's the other guy's turn.
Absolutely. You got to tip your hat to Gilmer. I mean, they came out and played hard. We were up 5-0 and then 6-2, and they continued to, just peck away till they got us.
Well, coming into the season, of course, you had some things that didn't exactly happen over the summer that you had anticipated. We're not going to dwell on that.
Right.
But overall, the aspect, the makeup of the team, did you feel a pretty good cohesion this year? Absolutely.
Baseball, once the seasons come and go, what really you reflect back on are relationships and the chemistry of the team. And it's been phenomenal. They've been a great group to coach, very coachable group of guys. They give their best effort every day on the field. practice or games, they've been a joy to be around. So the cohesiveness, the coachability, the fun, it's all been there, and that's all you can ask for.
Time to brag on some of your seniors if you'd like, some of the people you're going to miss.
Oh, wow. I mean, there's 8 of them. We'd take the next 30 minutes going through this, but there's been a lot of guys to step up, and I don't want to leave anybody out. You know, Jacob Brewster in particular on the mound has been exceptional for us. Every game he's pitched, we've been in. And then offensively, he's our leading hitter. He's hitting about 450, I think, right thereabouts. And then Jackson Coker has been on fire this year offensively. He's been a 4-year starter in our varsity program. So he was absolutely, they couldn't get him out, you know, the first half of the year, and he's still hot. And then you just go on and on. Holden Keller, probably the greatest team player that I've coached in 19 years. I mean, he has completely stepped up this year. You know, he played JV as a junior mostly last year, and then just kept battling and battling. Never had a bad thing to say, you know, never questioned anything, and found his way into the starting lineup. He's hitting about 360. Nathan Huell has been a key player for us, Jeffrey Abernathy, you know, and then our relief pitchers, Martin Conley and Matt Fowler. And then Austin Phillips has played a significant role coming in, running bases, you know, getting some timely play. So they've all contributed.
Well, and how's the future before we get away from the team? What does it look like? Which guy coming back?
Well, the future is good. The JV team, we pitted them against the best competition we could find in the area, and they were the #1 seed going into the Hall County JV tournament. And we beat Gainesville for the championship in the Hall County tournament, 3-1. So very well played game by both teams, but lot of talent down low, especially that freshman class is very deep and strong. Sophomore class has some talent, so the future looks good.
Now, longtime viewers of this show may recall that several months ago, Trent, we had you on to talk about a book that you're working on, and finally, it's coming out in January of next year.
Yeah, after 2.5 years of hard work, it's finally coming out this January. Book 1 of 3 will be in the bookstores across the country, believe it or not, very humbly. But yeah, this January.
Wow, DVDs and instructions and all that stuff with it?
Yeah, there's it's close to book 1 has close to 300 pages, over 150 color photos, and a 4-hour instructional DVD.
Wow.
And I think Sterling is planning on selling it for $20.
Hey, that's a deal.
I feel like it.
I know that people don't realize how much work that was, but
it's unbelievable. I mean, it was another full-time job on top of coaching and teaching and being a husband and a father. So
wow, you're a busy man.
Glad to have it done, but there's 2 more to go.
All right,
so,
well, we'll get you on, talk a little bit more about that sometime later on.
Sure.
Listen, Trent, thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Gary.
Good luck with the book. Good luck with the Trojans.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Elsewhere on the diamond, Gainesville won their 20th game of the season, 15-1 over White County. Hunter Anglin 2 for 4 with 2 homers, 4 RBI, 2 more runs scored. KJ McAllister, a former North Hall Trojan, drove in 5 with a 3 for 4 night, while Sloan Strickland went 3 for 3 with a couple of RBI, and Will Maddox 2 for 3 with a homer and 2 more RBI for Gainesville. David Gonzalez also went deep for the Elephants. All 9 starters hit for Gainesville in an 18-3 4-inning win over West Hall. Strickland had a homer and 4 RBI. Anglin was 2 for 3 with a home run, a couple of runs scored, and 3 RBI. McAllister 2 for 3 with an RBI and 3 runs scored. Stephen Mason 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored, and Gonzalez on the mound got the win to stay unbeaten at 6-0. In other baseball, Chester T got 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and an RBI from Scott Tuning as they beat West Forsyth 9-5. Flowery Branch got by Johnson 5-3 last week as Jimmy Fitzgerald and Breck Davison went deep on back-to-back solo shots in the 4th. Fitzgerald 2 for 3 on the evening. Taylor Whitmire had a double and 2 RBI for the Knights. And Riverside swept East Jackson, edging them in the Battle of the Eagles 7-6 and 11-10. Brian Cox with a 2-run home run at the top of the 7th led to the win in the first game, and John Walker hit a 3-run homer in the nightcap, while Michael Crespo was 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 RBI for Riverside. All right, turning to a different type of diamond, the NAIA's number 11 ranked Brenau softball team picked up their 30th win of the season last week as they swept Emmanuel 2-0 and 9-0 in 5. This marks the 5th straight 30-win season for the Tigers since the program started in 2004. Anna Manus picked up her 18th and 19th wins of the season on the mound, places her 9th in the NAIA for total wins. She's also pitched 15 shutouts on the season and struck out 12 against the Lions. The bats were quiet for the Golden Tigers in the first game as Ellen Black went 2 for 3 and Brooke Bryant and Sarah Applegarth drove in a run apiece. and gave the Tigers defense in Manus all the run support they would need to secure that victory. In the second game, though, the Bats came alive. The Tigers pounded out 13 hits in a 9-0 shutout that ended in the fifth. Manus also had a big night at the plate to help her own cause, going 2 for 3 with 4 RBI and hitting a grand slam home run in the fourth inning. Black continued to stay hot at the plate, going 3 for 3 with a double and 2 RBI. But now, softball team then suffered a big blow to their postseason plans with a sweep at the hands of number 17 Shorter, 2-0 and 8-0 in 6. Black with their first loss of the season in Game 2. But the softball Tigers reclaimed a share of second place in the conference with a doubleheader sweep of Bruton Parker, 4-1 and 12-0 in 6. Freshman pitcher Manus with a big day, picking up her 20th and 21st wins of the season, which ranks her third in the conference now and striking out 8 along the way. She also hit a home run in the 6th inning of the first game and drove in 3 runs in the second outing. Tiffany Shandera, who had a hit in the first game, was the story in the second game, going 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. The freshman Columbus ranked in the top 10 in the conference with a .390 batting average. With the wins, the Tigers move their overall record to 32-11-1 and their conference mark to 23-8-1 as they end the regular season and await the SSAC tournament this coming weekend in Columbus. On the line, a second consecutive trip to the NAIA National Tournament for the Tigers, and we wish them well. I'm back to wrap it up when Hall County Sports concludes.
Hi, folks. Butch Miller from Milton Martin Honda in Gainesville.
If you've been wanting a new car, you've waited long enough. We've got a tremendous selection of every new Honda in the entire lineup, cleaned, prepped, and ready for delivery. And the prices, they've never been lower. American Honda has given us great incentives. Plus, we've instructed our used car managers to go strong, strong, strong on every appraisal.
And remember, folks, if you think you can get a better deal on a better car at Milton Martin Honda in Gainesville, you got that right.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, ensuring your future since 1905.
Gary Glenn back to wrap up some of the goings-on in athletics here locally in the last week. We start with soccer. Johnson team swept Chestatee last week, while North Georgia Christian did the same to Trinity Christian. Lady Chargers got a couple of goals from Nicole Ball, while the NGC boys got 2 each from Rick Valentine and Clay Cox. Lakeview and St. Francis split, with the Lady Lions falling 3-0 and the boys winning in double overtime 5-4. The Academy girls later in the week beat Mount Pisgah 4-1. Maddie Haymore scored 2 goals in the victory in Ringgold. The male Lions were shut out 4-0 in that one. Gainesville girls wrapped up the number 4 seed for the state playoffs out of Region 7 AAA with a 3-1 win over West Hall. Senior captain Raquel Castillo scored the first goal and had assists on the other 2. Gainesville boys got 2 goals from Irving Salgado, including the gamer with only 4:10 to play, to beat West Hall 3-1 and stay undefeated. They were ranked number 3 in AAA and number 11 in the all-class poll, by the way. Johnson's boys tied for 10th in AAA in the latest coaches poll. Flower Branch's girls edged West Forsyth 2-1. Goalie Lauren Dunn had 2 big saves in the shootout. Cassidy Elrod scored in regulation, while Morgan Glenn and Allie Welburn scored on penalty kicks. Branch boys lost 3-0 that night, and later in the week, the male Falcons managed a 3-all tie with Pope. Philip Abrahamson had the hat trick with all 3 Falcon goals as their season ended. Time now to name the athletes of the week. For the female, Mallory Rich of North Hall Track and Field with her new school record in the discus. And for the male, although we give honorable mention to Peyton Wilhoit of North Hall Track and Field for his school record on the boys' side of the discus, we're going to go with East Hall Baseball's Drew Adams. The local Times newspaper points out that even though he's playing for a young Viking team with a losing record, Drew still went 9 for 11, hitting for a weekly cycle with 6 singles, a double, a triple, and a home run last week. He even pitched a couple of games and gave up less than 5 earned runs total. He's batting .535 with 5 homers on the season. After playing for Team Elite this summer, Drew headed for Gordon College. He signed a scholarship for them to start playing this fall. Well, that's our show for this week. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports. I'm Gary Glenn.